How are you all? I hope that everything will be fit and fine at your homes. So let's begin the fun again. Fun with Wren and Martin. So we are going towards the grammar world. We have explored many of the parts of this speech, but some are left. Which one? Exactly. Now I am talking about adverbs. This is your unit number 10. Let's see that what are the adverbs. Let's move to the board that tells us about the definition of the adverbs. Adverb. Have you noticed that ad and verb tells us what? That we are going to add something in the verb. Add verb. What's the meaning? Word added. Word added to verb. Yes. Number 2. There are different types of adverbs that we can use differently in our sentences, in our part of a speech. Let's see more. It tells us how, when, where, and the action. It tells us how, when and where the action is done. The action is done. What's next? Let's see number 3. This tells us that it also adds meaning to a verb. Adds meaning to a verb. Number 4. What's the number 4? Adds meaning to an adjective. What is an adjective? We have learned before about the adjective. Let's see one by one. Word added to the verb. How, when, where the action is done. Adds meaning to a verb and adds meaning to an adjective. How? How can you tell that an adjective is also part of an adverb? We will gradually move towards our examples and we'll see that how we are adding meaning to the verbs, to the actions, to the verbs, to the nouns, to the adjectives. And we will be able to make our adverbs. Let's see some of the examples of adverbs. I like to give you many of the examples of anything. Why? Because examples are the way to help you out. So let's see. For example, I use the first example of the first thing that I have told you, word added to a verb. How? For example, Rana sings sweetly. How? I have used one adverb to you. For example, Rana is a subject, sings is a verb, and sweetly is an adverb. How? Because we have added some more meaning to the verb. That Rana sings. We all know that Rana sings. But how Rana sings? Sweetly. That's an adverb. Exactly. Moreover, another example is Abdul reads well. Now have a look again and you will be able to know that if this is your adverb, then how? If Abdul reads, then Abdul reads how? How? This how tells us that he reads well. And if we are talking about his manner of reading, then it means that we are talking not about the verb only, but even we are adding some meaning to the verb that tells us that we are talking about adverbs. Exactly. Let's see one more example of when and where. Hamid will return today. Hamid will return today. Now today tells us what? Today tells us that when. Hamid returns when. This is what we are talking about, that how, when and where. Hamid will return today is a dependent clause. It doesn't need any explanation. We all know that Hamid will return, but if we are giving them a specific timing that when Hamid will come, today, this will be our adjective, adverbs. This will be our adverb. How that Hamid will return today. So today, tomorrow, last week, all these timings of when will be followed are known as your adverbs. Exactly. It means that you are able to add more and more meanings to the verbs, because return here is what? It is your verb. And when we add some more meaning to it by following the timing of when and how, it shows that we are talking about adverbs. One more example will tell you that where will also be your adverbs, like rain falls everywhere. Rain falls everywhere. You can also say it by using some other word of outside. You can use outside also. Rain falls outside or everywhere, both telling us about where. It shows that now we have used our WH words here, how, when and where. These questions in our mind tell us about adding some meaning to the verb, like falls is again verb and falls is followed by everywhere, which is our adverb. So let's see, all the examples are very clear to us that we are adding some meaning to all the verbs by using different categories of how, when and where. So you must not stand here. This is another example for you. You can also use he speaks too loudly. Too loudly. Both are adverbs and we are adding meaning to them by using too and loudly. It also tells us that all the ly words, mostly ly words are adverbs that we use simply as adding meaning to them. Sweet and lee is also your adverb. Loud and lee, loudly is also your adverb. But if you have added one more degree of it, that is too loudly. So we are adding some more meaning to the adverb. It also shows an adverb. It doesn't mean that we are talking about something else. No, we are talking about adverbs. Let's see more example. He is entirely wrong. Entirely, entirely. Entirely is what? Entirely is again adverb. It means that we can add some more meaning to it. He is entirely wrong. What is entirely? It's not your verb. It is ly, so it means it is your adverb and you are giving some more meaning to the adverb, that is wrong. And here is again, this is your adverb. It shows that adverb plus adverb is again what? This is your adjective here. Yes, this was the phenomena of the fourth definition of the adjective. It means that here we will not use the word wrong. We will not tell them how, because already we have given his manner of entirely, that shows that he is completely wrong. Adverb is entirely and adjective is its adverb. Adjective is working as an adverb also, but this is exactly not your adverb. This here works as an adjective. So it means that we are giving a more meaning to the adjective, which is adverb. Entirely, entirely, completely wrong. Let's see some more examples. Can you all see this image? In this image, we can see that what's happening accidentally. He has fallen accidentally. Then he talks angrily. Yes, more examples. He writes badly. I'm using these adverbs in my sentences. You can use also in your own sentences. Let's see one more example. She sings beautifully. These are all your adverbs that I have also used in my verbs. You can also do it. More examples tells us hungrily, lazily, loudly. These are also our actions, but we are defining our actions, that how the actions are presented to us. Like what we are watching in these actions, we can actually see that he is not only eating, but he is eating hungrily. He is too hungry and he is having his lunch hungrily. So this was the all adverbs. Let's see more things. Tells us about how often, when and where. And moreover, if we come to know about the particular timing and particular way, that is our manner or our timing, this tells us about one more important thing like happily, monthly, outside, yesterday. It means that these are all adverbs. This is not a matter of only using one or two things that define only verbs, but we are not confined of using them. We can use them by defining even the direction of outside or inside. So this will be also our adverbs. Let's move to the page number 130. That tells us something about using how. Have a look on page number 130. Your first exercise is about beginning with how. Like Rashid writes slowly, Ghani runs swiftly. All the L words are your adverbs here. So you are going to underline them. Abdul reads well. The child cries loudly. Okay, if I make a question for them, for you, that for example, if I pick one example from your book, Ghani runs swiftly. So if I ask you, how does Ghani run? How does Ghani run? So I have used the word how here. That tells us about the answer that Ghani runs swiftly. If we give answer in the way of manner that Ghani runs swiftly, that tells us about an adverb. Right. Let's see more examples like number 5 sentence. Rashid walks well. Well. How does Rashid walk? Well. Yes. Well is your adverb. Let's see more examples. Number 6. She writes well. Hamid works cleverly. He writes badly. The team plays well. The sun shines brightly. So, how does the sun shine brightly? These are all your adverbs. Underline them and please complete rest of the sentences on your page number 130. Let's see some more examples. Like now we are moving towards when. For example, on your book page number 130, there are some examples for you. For example, I have picked up the last one for you. When is he going to succor? Shortly. When will I get a letter? Tomorrow. So these are also our adverbs that tells us about the timing of something happen. Our action, the timing of our action is also an adverb. Let's move to page number 131. That is about what? Describing word. Now time for description of the verb. And you are going to make some sentences here of the question. For example, number 1, Rahim rises early. You have to make some questions for that. Like I am making a question here and it is your duty also to complete it as a question. Circle the adverb early here but make a question of it. That will help you to find out your adverb easily. So after these sentences, you will not be followed by any adverb, but first see your question, like when does Rahim rise? Early. Number 2, Heather sleeps daily. When does Heather sleep? Daily is your adverb. Look at the question first and then answer by taking an adverb. Number 3, I go to school daily. When do I go to school? Daily. Number 4, the two brothers often fight. When do the two brothers fight? Often. Yes. Number 5, he will come soon. When will he come? Soon. Number 6, the play will begin now. When will the play begin? Now. So rest of the sentences will be done by you, but first don't forget to make the questions of it. Let's move to more examples. So page number 132 tell us something about where. Where is all the things, everywhere, outside the house. So let's move to exercise number 3 that tells us about the where adverbs. The train stops here. If I change it into question, I will change it, where does the train stop? Where does the train stop? Here. Yes. Number 2, where is the peon standing? Where is the peon standing? Where am I standing? The peon is standing there. I am standing here. So when I am talking about something here, there, outside, inside, far, close, near, all these things are the adverbs of where. Let's see more examples, like number 3 sentence. We sat inside. Sat tells us that we are talking about something past. We all know what is present and what is past in our sentences. When we look for the first form of the verb, it tells us that this is our present tense. But when we talk about the second or the third form of the verb, it tells us that we are talking about past tense. And be careful, boys and girls, that if there is an answer or the question, both will be followed by their tenses, because if the question has been given in past tense, you are bound to give the answer in past, and if the question has been given to you in present, you are bound to talk in present. So there are some answers for us, so we will convert them into questions by using past tense. Because we sat inside tells us that sat is a verb that tells us about the past participle. So have a look on the question. Where did we sit? Where did we sit? Where? Again I have used the word where here for you. So you will tell us about inside. Number 4, the sky is above. Where is the sky? The sky is above. Yes, this also tells me about where. Have a look on more. Number 5, he looked up. Where did he look? He looked up. This tells us about where. Got it? So rest of the sentences will be done by you yourself. Page number 132 also have another exercise of exercise number 4. From this exercise you just need to pick out some adverbs. It's not so difficult for you, but I will do few of the sentences for you. For example number 1, it rained hard. Hard. How did it rain? Hard. So it means that hard is your adverb. Number 2, you must read clearly and slowly. Clearly and slowly, 2 of the adverbs are given on this in this sentence. So circle both clearly and slowly. Page number 133 tells us about more examples. For example number 3, my father bought the knife cheaply. Which one? Cheaply, yes. Number 4, Parvez will never work well. Well, his manner, well. My parents lived far away then. Where? far away. Number 6, Shireen daily prepares her lessons carefully. Now 2 of the words have been given as an adverb like daily and carefully. The rest of the sentences will be done by you yourself. You just need to pick out adverbs by using some of the different ways like how, when and where. Page number 133 also tells us about one more exam exercise, that is number 5. For example, on this page, reply to the following questions with emphasis on the adverbs. Now you have to be stressed. Now it's time for emphasis. What do you mean by the emphasis? Like to stress something. Now it is stress time. For example, how do you write? I write well. How do you read? I read well. So it means that we are going to give them some answers. For example, on page number 134, I am not going to do all the question answers for you because it's your task. You should do it to yourself. I have selected few of the sentences for you. For example, number 11, when do you get up? Early. I get up early. Number 12, when do you go to bed? I go to bed late or early. Number 13, when do you go to school? I go to school daily. Number 19, are you late or early today? I am early today. Number 22, where did you sit? Did. Did tells us about the past tense. So we have to be careful about the answers, that we should give the answers also in the past. For example, where did you sit? I sat outside. Where is the sky? The sky is above. Number 24. Where can you look? I can look inside. Next, number 26. Where is the book? The book is over there. The book is here. You can use any of the adverb. I hope that this page is clear to you. Now switch to page number 135. It's about adjectives. Now some adjectives have been given to you along with the verbs, and you are bound to follow them by adding some meaning to the adjectives, and it will be your adverbs. Let's see exercise number 6 in the following sentences. Pick out word that adds something to the meaning of an adjective or an adverb. Let's see number 1. The children are very happy. There are 2 things. We can even talk that the children are happy. We can tell the manner of the children's behavior. But we will use one thing here, that is very happy. It means that if happy is their adjectives, so we are going to add some more meaning to their adjectives, that is very. Exactly, you got it. Underline the word very. This is your adverb. Number 2, you are quite right. Quite, exactly, underline it. He is entirely wrong. That I have given you the example over there. Entirely wrong. So entirely is your adverb. Number 4, the old man is nearly blind. Nearly is your adverb. Number 5, you walk too fast. Too is your adverb. Number 6, I am in love with this pretty pink dress. So it means that pretty is adverb. Number 7, those mangoes are almost ripe. How much they ripe? Almost. So almost is your adjective. No is your adverb, and ripe is your adjective. Yes. Number 8, he is slightly better. How is he better? Slightly. Little bit. Slightly is your adverb. Number 9, he is rather afraid to speak. How much? Rather. Number 10, she sings pretty well. How? Pretty. So pretty is your adverb here. So move to page number 137. Time to fill in the blanks by using different adverbs. Rashid boils too fast. Rashid boils too fast. Number 2, old people walk slowly. Number 3, the vessel will sail inside the tub. Number 4, the sun is too bright. Too bright. Number 5, the man works hard. Number 7, I hurt my knee badly. Number 8, the road is very dusty. Number 9, it is hot summer. It is hot summer. Number 10. Always obey your teachers. So next sentences will be done by you because it's your task, it's your assessment, and I hope that now you are able to do more and more adverbs. You are able to use more and more adverbs in your writings. Let's move to page number 138. On this page, exercise number 8 is also very interesting because in this exercise, you are going to pick out the two things, one verb and one adverb. Let's see. The red car traveled speedily along the narrow road. So, where have you found your verb? Traveled, yes. And where is your adverb? Beside your verb, that is speedily. Exactly. Underline the word traveled and write on the bottom or on the top of it that this is your verb, right? V for the verb and A for your adverb, which is speedily. Number 2, on page number 139, the woman spoke loudly. How did woman spoke? Loudly. Spoke is your word and loudly is your adverb. Number 3, you have done your lesson well. Done is your verb and well is your adverb. Number 3. Number 4, the player shot quickly into the empty goal. How did the player shot? Quickly. Short is your verb and quickly is your adverb. Have a look on number 5. The play will begin now. Begin is your verb and now is your adverb. Number 6. My uncle lives here. Lives is your verb and here is your adverb. I hope that now you can write as many sentences of adverb as you can. So page number 39, rest of the sentences and exercise 9 will be your homework task.
So my dear students, I hope that all these lectures were very beneficial for you. How? Let's see. You can all see on your computer screens or your mobile screens that some pages are in front of you. What these pages are telling you that the text sentences have been done for you just to guide you, just as a help. But what we are going to do with the rest of the sentences? Yes, we are going to follow a famous quote that is, practice makes a man perfect. And we are going to follow these practices in our assignments. Yes, because we all know that if you will practice more and more on the rest of the sentences that I haven't done for you, it means that you will become the perfect one. So I want my all students to be the perfect. So keep on practicing as your assignment for all these sentences.
I hope that after watching this, all the things about adverb, you are able to write some sentences to your own. Best of luck and Allah Hafiz.